Welcome to another installment of Parent Perspective. My name is Kevin Solomon and I serve as the Associate Dean for Campus Live. When we do these videos, we try to provide parents and guardians of our incoming freshman students a perspective on various things, whether it be timelines or things to do or how to prepare for this exciting new chapter in your life. So today, I wanted parents and guardians to get a perspective from the student side. So joining us today, I have Bree Robinson, and Bree's from Little Rock, Arkansas. She's a senior here. So I wanted to kind of have her kind of talk about her experience coming to college the first time, and then some of the other things that she does here at campus. So Bree, thank you for joining us today. Well, it is, you're a senior, so you're looking forward to this next year as your last year. We're talking to parents and guardians about who are sending their loved ones off for their first year of college. You remember what that was like a few years ago, and how, what was your level of excitement? How was that summer before your first year at Arkansas Tech?
I don't think that I could contain my excitement. I talked about it every single day, from the second I graduated all the way up until probably the morning that I got here, when I was like, wow, this is really, really happening. It's for real. It's kind of like a shell shock, I guess, to kind of be actually on campus instead of just like what you see in the movies and be like, I'm going to be there one day. But I was very, very nervous, nervous, but very excited at the same time.
So how were your parents during this time? Were they excited for you? Were they getting a little bit, emotional about you leaving home and going off to college, even though it was only, 75 miles away?
Yeah. I think my mom she kind of talked a big talk. She was like, oh yeah, like you're gonna leave and I'm gonna be fine. Like I'm gonna do all this stuff, I'm gonna have so much fun. And then she got here and she cried and she bawled like a baby. And she called me every day and she still does, but she loves it. She loves that I'm here. And she just kind of thinks it's really good for me and it's really fun.
So when you were coming up, you were living on campus. Mm-hmm. Did you know your roommates, or did you get potluck roommates and pick your roommates, or did you know them before you arrived?
My roommate was my best friend, but we went to different high schools, so we were kind of distant best friends. But I think really moving in together helped us be real best friends, and we still talk now all the time.
So in that summer, you guys were planning on who's bringing what, whether it be microwave or small fridge or whatever, trying to work that stuff out. So other than that, was there any preparation that you did for coming up, anything like that, or were you just kind of just waiting to be here?
I think really the one thing we prepped was we would set up days for us to kind of go shopping together to see what we had. And then kind of like a lot of Pinterest things about like, what do you bring your first year of school? We kind of like made our own checklist of things that we thought we needed, and then Tech uploads a checklist of kind of things that they think you need. So we spent a lot of time in Bed Bath & Beyond, double checking that kind of stuff. But that was really like the only real prep I did.
So there was no, on that day that you moved in, there was no, on the day you got up to drive up here, that you were all in, excited, ready to go, ready to be here?
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Okay. So then when you got here, obviously you moved in, started that, and then orientation started. And I know that you play a big role with orientation now, but talk to us about those first few days and how was that for you through orientation and then welcome week?
So the first day you get here, you're super nervous, just like I was. And I think it's kind of like a build up, and then you literally just go right into everything. So I think that's really good, really fun. It gives you time to not like sit and get too anxious. Because that's kind of what I was worried about. So I was just like sitting, and they're like, okay, everybody come out of your dorm. Like, we're going to start going over to our stuff. You got to go get your lanyard. Like, you got to get your name tag. You got to go meet some people. So I kind of just left and headed right over to get all my stuff. My mom said goodbye to me, which was a whole emotional thing. But at that point I was super ready, and then play fairs that night. So you really just have tons of time to just meet people that you've never met before. And me and my roommate kind of separated and met our own people, so that was good for us to kind of come back together and be like, oh, hey, I met this girl. But it's kind of just jam-packed with things, and it's really fun. Can't think of any time that I had like any downtime to like sit and be sad, because there was just so many excited people on campus. A little intimidating, the orientation leaders, when you're not an orientation leader, but everybody's just really pumped for you to be here.
So that whole week, you started class on that Wednesday, but there's a lot of stuff going on that first week, the welcome week. Is there anything that sticks out from your first welcome week that really was something that you had a lot of interest in, or something that was really cool for you?
The one thing I would say I was really interested in was being an orientation leader. just seeing how excited they were made me really excited. And it really made me feel like they really wanted me to be here. So I think that really stuck out to me. It was just that they were actually genuinely happy to see me here, to like get to know me, to help me out, like figure out where I wanted to be. So I think that was one thing that really stuck out to me.
And our orientation leaders, they have small groups of incoming freshmen, maybe 25 to 30 students, and we have 80 or 90 orientation leaders. And it is their job over the first 7 days to interact with those particular students as well as all students, but focus on those students and try to get them prepared for academic life, for social life, for personal life, and try to make our students as aware as possible of everything that's going on campus, both resources and fun things and stuff to do. So our orientation leaders play a key part in making the first few days get our students more comfortable. So now that you've been, how many years have you been an orientation leader?
This will be upcoming my third
Year, great. So what is it that you see in the incoming students as an orientation leader? What is some of the things that you feel that they're feeling or experience that they're feeling in those first few days?
Something I feel is a lot of anxiety, but also excitement. You can kind of feel their nervousness when they're talking to you. Sometimes they're a little shaky or a little jumpy. Some of them talk a lot and some of them don't talk at all. But I feel like the one thing that I see is usually potential, like for them to kind of step out, get to know people. This is like the best time for you to ever get to know people is in the beginning when no one knows anyone. So like I always tell them, you're all in the same boat. Like no one's coming in here just like, oh, hey, like I know everybody here, like all 12,101 students. Like, no, everybody's nervous, everybody's excited. So I think those are all just feelings that everyone has just as a student.
So orientation is key for those first few days for students to participate in that and to engage, put forth the effort to be at those things and to take in that, if for nothing else, the exposure and meeting new people. And that makes our students a lot more comfortable when they have a network, and their network, it grows and shrinks at different times, but it all starts that first week. Do you still remember some of the folks that were in your orientation group that you were in as a freshman, or do you still see them around?
I actually do. I actually saw my orientation leader last year when I went on a conference with another like campus RSO here. So that was pretty cool, and I actually like saw him and I was like, oh my gosh, you were my orientation leader. He remembered me, so it's kind of a weird thing how much you kind of remember each other. But I definitely am still friends with a couple people in my orientation group. We still hang out on a regular basis, and of course we see each other all the time. It's pretty cool. So
that's a byproduct that doesn't always create that, but really that what we provide in those first 5 or 6 days of school and through orientation is that opportunity for people to engage with somebody else. And we want our students to meet new people and to meet people from other towns, other places, and start that connections for academics and personal and social life as we go through. So what do you think is your most important role as an orientation leader?
I think my most important role would probably be to guide, just to be kind of a pillar to them in their time of just being nervous, being new to everything, campus, just people around them, just kind of being there for them to be like, hey, I'm a little lost or I need help. And just kind of to guide them and excite them at the same time, like you're here, you're new, like let's grab all the opportunities that come to you. So.
And that's one thing that I think some of our students don't quite grasp right off the bat is that there are these opportunities, and take advantage of them. Take advantage of the involvement opportunities, take advantage of the experiences that are out there. You do have to put forth the effort. You can put forth the effort to not engage with people, but why? So I think as parents and guardians, we need to make sure that we're talking to our students about the first 7 days and how important that is, including that first weekend. Let's not bring them home. Let's not tell them to come home that first weekend. Stay here, whether they're living on campus or living off campus. Engage with those things that are going on. Oftentimes our students talk about what they regret. Some of them regret is that they didn't get engaged earlier. And so we really want to be able to try to push that. And I think orientation leaders like you and all of our orientation leaders do a good job of putting that out there. But we just really want to reinforce the fact that the student does have to have the mindset to engage and take advantage of that. Do you think that you would have been as happy, as content, as excited about Arkansas Tech if you had not fully engaged in orientation?
I don't think so at all. I think because I know a lot of my friends who just kind of like sat back during orientation week and didn't go out and didn't do things, and they kind of just cruise through your year here and it flies by, and then you look back and you're like, I wish I could have did this. But I don't have any of those moments. I am very happy with the network that I built here, all the opportunities I have, and any opportunities that come towards me, it made me even more likely to reach out and grasp those, just because I was like, I saw what goodness came from it. So I think it just made me more excited.
Well, Bree is one of our orientation leaders, one of the student heads of an orientation leader, and she is going to have all of our orientation leaders prepared and excited for your student when they arrive. And it is a great experience. Orientation, Tech Connect is orientation, and then it bleeds into Welcome Week. And that Saturday from move-in and convocation all the way up to the following Saturday, we have stuff going on. Our orientation leaders are there pushing it, and it really is a great time for your students to start their college career on solid footing by engaging and getting out, stepping out of their comfort zone a little bit, and being open to new experiences and meeting new people. So like Bree and our other orientation leaders, they are ready for a Tech Connect and Welcome Week, and providing that awesome experience for your student to get on solid footing as they start their career here at Arkansas Tech. Bree, thank you for your time today, and we look forward to Tech Connect here starting up in the fall. Thank you.